Karan, congratulations. Your film Velle will be premiering on and pictures on June 18.
Yes,
Although
yes.
the film got mixed reviews, but everyone praised your performance in the film.
Mhm.
What's that one thing that you're most excited about the film's television premiere?
Just like it's there for people and families to sit enjoy on a Saturday evening. It's like a family film, so it's just for people to sit and just enjoy the Saturday evening and relax. So I'm just excited that it's finally getting its TV premiere, and there's a different audience that sits at home and watches TV. Like, it's not only streaming, people sit at home, and so to connect with that family audience on a Saturday evening when you're sitting with your family together, with your dada dadi, with your whole family sitting together, having your food over there with your chai, just sitting, that whole atmosphere, and then watching a film like this, that's a family film, so it's an exciting thing.
Sure. Talking about watching films on TV, how often or when was the last time when you watched a movie with your family, with your mom, dad, and grandparents together?
The last time I saw with my family was really only before release of it in theater. We had a preview of it, and we all sat together and had watched it. That was a different feeling because you're waiting for your film to release. Friday's around the corner. You're edgy. You're nervous. You're looking at everyone's reactions of how they've liked the film. So it was fun, but it was nervous equally for me that sitting with my family was.
So, but what I meant was on TV.
On TV. It's been a while. I'll be honest with you. It's been a while.
But you remember when the last time you watched TV together with the family? Any movie?
Uh, my dadi was watching Star Plus, not movie. She was watching the Star Plus. One TV serial was coming. Me, dad, everyone was sitting. So we were just sitting and observing what she was watching. I forgot the name, but all I know is one close up was coming, one of those extreme close ups, and it was a very dramatic moment at that time of the show. So that was the last time I've actually sat with everyone and watched television.
Although this is your second film, but do you think comedy is something that you enjoyed the most, and is that the genre you'd like to explore more in future?
Comedy, I would say, is very difficult. I think it's one of the most difficult things to get because it's all about keeping it natural and getting the comic timing, like how we have in our real lives. Like, something instant will happen, but it's funny because it's naturally happened. No one had pre-planned it, so kind of get it naturally and get that timing is extremely difficult because you can easily make it fake where it does not connect with anyone, then
Yeah,
your whole sequence and your scene has gone
yeah.
for a toss. And I would love to do more comic roles, but right now I would kind of, the next film I'm doing is more in an action serious space basically. So that's the next thing. So I've done this, now I would like to try something different.
So, Karan, what was your biggest takeaway from Vele? What is that one thing that you discovered about yourself, about the craft when you started working on the movie?
Just that one thing I learned from Velle is that there's so much great young talent out there. In my co-actors and who I worked with, they were so brilliant. They were so supporting, and we used to practice our scenes together beforehand. And just seeing their drive, seeing their energy, it charged me also to go ahead and go with it. And it was a lovely experience out there. And one thing it taught me is like. One main thing it taught me is like, don't overthink things. Sometimes as a person, as a human being, you over critically analyze something. Don't do it. Obviously, as an actor, there is obviously scope of doing things better. You can always do something better. That's the brilliant of the creative arts. But don't let succumb into that. Sometimes be don't be happy, but be satisfied with what you've done. If you be happy, then somewhere down the line your growth will decline. Don't be happy, be satisfied, and keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. You're only as good as your last film. You should carry that on and keep on pushing, because I'll be very honest with you, I think I've just touched the small bit on acting. There's a long way for me to go and learn, and it's an exciting world. It's really exciting, so I'm looking forward to the other.
Talking about analyzing one's performance, what is your process like? How much do you prepare? Are you somebody who would like to remember all lines and over
No,
prepare?
I do. I do. I read the script a couple of times, so I know the character's graph from start to finish. I know what the character was doing in the scene before he entered this scene, and I like to be thorough with my homework I should do as an actor, which is my responsibility. So when I come onto the set, I can play. Then I'm an open book for the director. I can play. So you're there, you're prepared. So if anything in spontaneity naturally comes out, that's great. But as an actor, you're there and you're ready.
Sure, sure.
Hmm.
So the obvious question: when are we going to see Karan Deol working along with that Sunny Deol?
The next film I think I'm doing is with my, which I am doing, not I think I'm doing, which I'm doing is with my whole family, Apne too. So they all are, you're gonna see me act with all of them together. So as I said, that is going to be nerve-wracking and an extremely memorable experience, all in all, for me.
Karan, talking about the family, your younger brother Rajveer will be making his acting debut with a film directed by Sooraj Barjatya's sons, Avnish
Hmm.
Barjatya.
Hmm.
How different you and Rajveer are personality-wise? And did you give him any advice or tips because you have taken the same journey that
Hmm.
he's about to embark on?
Hmm. Hmm. No, Raji to me is we are similar and very different in certain aspects. He's been at it for a while, and finally to see the film to go on the floors and the amount of hard work he's put behind the scenes, it's a very emotional experience. And I have shared advice with him because he's seen my own journey. So I said, just look at my journey, and that says enough. You'll realize what you should do and what you should not do. But I believe in you, and I'm not gonna say too much because you have dad and everyone around you. But I'll be there, but never give up. I said, at least see from me, never give up. Okay, things didn't work out initially, but that's not the end of the world. Just keep on working on yourself. You saw me, we lived together. So you just, from looking at me and observing from me, just understand what you should do.
Karan, how's your Dadaji, your granddad Dharamji's health now? And
He's really good. He's really good right now. His health is pretty good.
and how often do you take his advice and what type of conversations you have with Dharamji?
I do, obviously. I do seek his advice because he's the biggest legend in the house. There's no one bigger than him. He's seen it, he's done it all. And the advice he gives me is like, look at, at his age, after what all he's done in his career, he's still learning.
Yeah, he's
He's
still
still
doing
like
movies.
yeah, and still doing movies. That's what I'm saying. For him, the love of the craft is so much that he cannot sit, and just seeing that kind of just charges you, and then seeing him talk about characters, different films and actors, it kind of, you just sit there and he's like a encyclopedia for learning in itself. So there'll be a lot of gems that you will get from each conversation that you have with him.
Is there one piece of advice or a guru mantra that he gave you when you started your career?
He's saying this film industry is a very weird place. It's topsy and turvy. So he's saying, don't ever let it put you down. Don't ever succumb to that. Always just keep on working on yourself and pushing. Because he said, I've seen it all. He's saying, from what it was to what it is now, I've seen it all. So it's never a straight line. There are downs, there's ups, there's downs, there's ups. That's what it's about, and never succumb to the negativity.
Karan, is there a film that you think which changed your life or made a big impact on you while growing up? Maybe a film that you can watch over and over again?
Yes, I would say that one film would be Star Wars, is because I was a kid. I was very young. Because the way George Lucas and the special effects of that time and the world he kind of showed, I was intrigued by that world. And that's what filmmaking is all about. It's about creating a world, telling a story that's set in that world and that character's journey from start to finish. So that kind of, I think I saw that film at least 7 8 times. And after that, because my dad had a really large collections of films, so I used to every evening just sit and watch and watch and watch and watch. And for me, those 2.5 3 hours, I was taken into that world, and I forgot was around me, and so that beauty kick-started my love for the arts.
Do you
Mhm.
remember how and when you discovered that film?
Oh, it was just lying there. I think Dad, I now since I was so young, I'm trying also to to recollect that moment. It was just lying around. I think Dad told me to watch Empire Strikes Back. That's the one which I had watched, and then just once I saw it, so I kept on seeing it myself that way. So it was just the first moment. I think I sat with Dad and Mom, and we all saw it together. Then after that, so my dad told me once, he's like, "How many times are you gonna see?" Okay, once you saw it, twice you saw it, thrice. This is now pushing it to another extreme. But once something connects with you, I believe you love it so much that you can keep on seeing it again, and it feels like the first time. There's no difference in
So,
that.
so is there a character that you like most in Star Wars?
My favorite character would be in Star Wars would be Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's got his own TV show right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Evan McGregor now is playing younger
yeah.
Obi-Wan. At that time, he, so he's my favorite character because his journey, and now with this TV show, you're seeing his journey. So he's my favorite character. Actually, I watch even though all the animated Star Wars shows like the Clone Wars TV series. I've been following it all from the game. So like if you, I'm like a walking encyclopedia when it comes to Star Wars.
Sure.
That way, I've got actually, I don't know if it's embarrassing. I still have those small toy figurines that I keep in my bedside drawer that I've collected since I was a child, and I've not given them away. They're there with me.
And finally, Karan, where do you see yourself and your journey going from here? What's a big plan you have for your career?
Oh, I just hope that I keep on getting different type of roles, and I hope that 10 years down the line when I'm sitting with you and we're having this chat again, my journey would have been a different one. And I would just, for me, it would be grateful to be working and continuing to do work. So, because for an actor, there's nothing like acting in front of the camera. That's what you do it for. So, that's hopefully till then, I would also be still working in front of the camera.
We are looking forward all the best and thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.